from the moon.
Hello folks, Bob Rogers here with Hawaiian Trike. We're going to go back a little bit and talk about batteries. About a month ago I did a video that was talking about batteries and how we use them riding with and without assists, and the environment in which we ride and how it determines how many miles we can get out of our battery. Well, today we're going to talk about how we take better care and preserve the life of our batteries on our recumbent trikes. What we do know is that lithium batteries have a shelf life. They slowly deteriorate over time, and every time you plug them in to charge them, there's a little less battery left. Shimano tells me that my Steps 504 battery will decrease by approximately 5% a year, which means 95% capacity after year 1 and 90% capacity after year 2, and so forth. Another way to look at it is the typical estimated life of a lithium battery is about 2 to 3 years, or 300 to 500 charge cycles, whichever occurs first. One charge cycle is a period of use from fully charged to fully discharged and then recharged again. By the way, you guys in cold or hot climates, those that store batteries for a long period of time, store them cool, not cold, and not extreme hot. And make sure you partially charge them, they're not empty. Batteries on our recumbent trikes are expensive, so I want to make sure that my batteries last as long as possible. I can get the most mileage out of them. It's not only an issue of cost, as in my case it's very difficult to get batteries shipped to the Hawaiian Islands. Alright, before we review managing our battery on the road, let's first discuss some do's and don'ts about batteries. Unplug them after they are charged. Don't let them sit for days plugged in. The other thing I just learned, do not regularly run your batteries down to zero. It's unhealthy. Yes, you can max out your battery on a long ride, but don't do it all the time. Charge them with a few miles still left in the tank, or sometimes even more. Alright, to summarize, let's think this out. Every time we charge our battery, that's a cycle. So if we ride and just for 20 miles and charge our battery, that's a cycle. And we know we're limited on how many cycles we get. But if we ride 20 miles twice before we charge it, we get more hours and more rides on our trike with that battery. So that's kind of how it all works. All right, let's hit the road. Well, we all have different environments that we ride in. Every time I take off on a ride, I have to go down this steep driveway and then down this steep quarter-mile road, which will take us down to Cam Highway, which is sea level. But this is why taking care of my battery is so important, because at the end of my ride, I got to come back up this hill. And so I have to make sure I have battery still left and a lot of power. So that's why it's important to me. Here we are, down at the sea level. All my rides end up going up that hill. So it's important that I take care of my batteries, otherwise I'll have to push this 105-pound beast up that hill. And I've done that once early on. I won't do it again. Yes, I could bring my second battery with me, but you know, that's a lot of extra weight for me to carry. And I don't ride too many rides longer than 40 miles, and I can pretty much get that on one battery. I probably can count 3 times that I've carried an extra battery with me. It's usually when I'm on the road filming location shots. It's crazy. As we ride the same basic trails and paths every week, we usually have an idea where the hills are, the gravel roads, the headwinds and nuances of the ride, and this is the perfect setting for managing your battery. From the house, I currently have about 4 or 5 different rides, and I've done them a million times, so I know them pretty well. I know where I can ride an off or no assist and where I need some assistance. My goal is to keep my cadence consistent, so I flip the assist up and down as I ride depending on the grade, wind, and road surface. I almost always switch to off when I'm on a flat, smooth road with the wind at my back. I can average about 12 to 13 miles per hour, though the speed is not my goal. So let's review a ride I did recently. I returned from a long 40-mile road ride, and I had about 9 miles left on the battery in echo or low assist mode. I didn't necessarily just go and plug my battery in and charge it up. I planned for a short 12 to 13 mile ride in the neighborhood the next day. I rode in the off or no assist mode for 3 to 4 miles when the wind was at my back and I was on a flat road. I turned the assist on when needed, which was the back half of the ride. I made sure I had enough remaining battery to finish that ride and up that steep road to the house. I ended with 3 miles left and got a lot of cardio exercise and wasn't too spent after the hour ride. My goal here is to reduce the charge cycles by using remaining miles for shorter rides and using off mode to extend those rides. I'm charging the batteries less, extending the life. Well, that's the objective anyway. On the other hand, I do have a newly paved 26-mile ride on a gorgeous highway along the ocean that I do often and sometimes with a full battery. That means I splurge and use low assist both ways and get the cadence and heart rate up. Don't tell anyone, but I sure have fun. Well, that's basically all I have on the art of battery maintenance. Keeping it healthy will lengthen its life and maybe save you a few bucks. As always, the main thing is to enjoy the ride, challenge ourselves, and get lots of fresh air and exercise. I can only wish the same for you folks. As always, be healthy, safe, and have fun. Alright, we're rolling here on the backside of the BYU campus as we watch the tractors grade the earth for new dorms. We're going to get off this gravel road and check out the campus from the front side. Just a short ride today to burn miles and calories, maybe listen to some tunes. If I don't catch you at the end of this ride, you guys have a wonderful week. Aloha.
I left you lonely in a crowded room with girls dance slowly, 2 by 2. I thought you'd curl up and just fade away, leaving me free to wander in this tune. Why do you run from the light of the moon as it shines in your eyes? Why do you run when there's no place to go? Why do you hide when I talk to you? Why do you hide from the moon? Why don't you kick off your wandering shoes? Lay your head under that waterfall, let it spill through your long silky hair, flowing down your face along the lines that scrawl. Why do you run from the light of the moon as it shines in your eyes? Why do you run when there's no place to go? Why do you hide when I talk to you? Why do you hide from the moon? You deserve much more than this. Is the life. Why you've been down and surely missed. Shine on. Seems you'd make a good candidate. Go by. I only hope you to the passing of the moonbeams as they glimmer in your eyes. Why do you run from the light of the moon as it shines in your eyes? Why do you run when there's no place to go? Why do you hide when I talk to you?